Hello my sushi rolls, welcome back to my channel. As you can tell, I'm using the name that we came up with on my the self-love video, and we decided I'm gonna go with sushi rolls. So yeah, you guys are my little sushi rolls now. So yeah, I thought that was cute, you know, since we're all sushi and whatever. But anyways, let me stop talking. In today's video, we're gonna be doing hands, and we're gonna be learning how to draw them. Well, I'm gonna be teaching you guys. So okay, so I have my Pinterest open, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna save this. Sorry, that was my rabbit. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna save this in my model reference, so you guys can, you know, check that out after this video whenever you want to draw or whatnot. Okay, so hold on. Alright, so I'm gonna get this, make this bigger. Actually, I'll just go to this page. Okay, so I have these hands here, and we're gonna just start out with the basic hand first. And I'm doing this tutorial because, you know, like, hands are like, they used to be one of the hardest things. Like, hands were so hard for me. Like, I remember when I used to just draw and like leave the hands out. Like, I wouldn't even draw the hands because it was like so hard for me to do it. But then I figured out a way to do it, and it's all about shapes. You know, you have to look at the image through shapes. So okay, so for this, what we're gonna do is we're gonna start out with the shape of the palm. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just kind of just drawing like this square almost, but it's still like the shape of the hand in a way, you feel me? Because at the end you can always shape it out to your liking or whatnot. And then I'm also gonna add the part where the thumb would be, and so that would be like this. Can you guys see that? Hold on, let me zoom in for you guys. Okay. So this is the shape I'm kind of getting by looking at the palm. Okay? And this is where the thumb would be. And you guys, I'm no professional artist, but this has definitely helped me learn how to draw hands better, so I hope it can help you guys too. Okay, so next for the fingers, basically it's about more shapes. So what you can do is start off with a shape like this or a shape like that. Or you can just draw one. Sorry, the video stopped. This probably looks a lot harder than it looks. Okay. And so just observe the hand. Observe the hand. Like, you can tell that the middle finger is going to be longer than the index finger. Oh my goodness. Sorry, that rabbit is making so much noise. Okay. And then you're basically just making these shapes, you see, and it doesn't have to be organic shapes yet. Just make your basic geometric shapes, rectangles or whatnot. And you see I made this part a little big, but that's okay over here where the pinky is supposed to go. And also, like, you can kind of like see this shape that the hand makes. Like, it kind of goes like this in a way. And imagine it is webbed too. Like, if you ever draw, if you're not looking at a reference, you know, you would just basically, what I do is I make this, sorry, cut off. I hope you guys got that. So you just go ahead and make that square shape like that, like so. And then that's when you can start shaping things out. And this is definitely the part where it takes more practice, just, you know, learning how things go. And just really study the shapes and study how it makes those curves, and, you know, how it goes along there. And you can also, I'm going to go ahead and draw in the wrist. Okay. Alright. Now I'm going to look at the shape of it. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to make that organic curves and all that special stuff. And when you think about thumbs, like, it always makes like this kind of like it has like the little tip and then it goes out like that, or inward like that. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't have to be perfect, unless you're going for a realistic look. I'm sorry, is that clear? Okay. And then look at those wrinkles too. And also, if you need a little bit more help drawing the fingers, you see how that these make different shapes in here? This is what you want to focus on too. Okay. And it's also good to remember that when you're drawing a finger, it's not just going to be straight, stagnant, you know what I'm saying, shape. It's going to start off a little bit bigger at the bottom, and then when you get to the top, it'll be a little bit smaller. So it's just basically about observing the shape. And shaping it out after you've gotten done with the basic shapes. Because that's what helps me so much, is the basic shapes. Like, oh my gosh, basic shapes are just great. Because then that's when you can get to the fun part. I'm not getting too much into detail with these lines, you know. Because it's more about just how to get the hand. Because usually, you know, it's not like close-up hand shots. You know what I'm saying? Like, or, you know, close-up that I'm drawing the hand. It's more far away. So, yeah. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and just, you know, zoom in on this because you guys basically get the idea. It's just about following those little curves that you see. It doesn't have to be every little curve that you see, but, you know, to keep it as, you know, believable as possible. And also look at how it, sorry if it stopped, the video stopped, but what I was saying was you gotta focus on the shape. I mean, like how, yeah, like how it goes down a little like this, because the level of where the fingers start, these parts, aren't gonna be on the same level. So for instance, when the ring finger or whatever, it's gonna go, when it goes into the pinky, it's gonna be a little bit lower, you see? Hold on, let me, okay, so it's going to be a little bit lower, not drastically. And remember, you can make these shapes that can help also, if you can, you know, help you with making those organic lines. Okay, and then just, yeah, basically it's all about looking at how, you know, the lines curve and where they meet and all of that jazz. So yeah, I'm still learning, still practicing. I want to get better so I can teach you guys so much more. But yeah, it's so much fun to teach you guys as I learn, you know, along the way. So we can see improvement and we can improve together. So yeah, that is the basic part of the hand. Well, let me go ahead and just do those little lines right there. Sorry, it doesn't look that natural, but I'm just doing something quick just to show you guys the basics. So yeah, that's what I got from that. And that is the hand. I hope that helped you guys so far. Okay, because we're gonna do a couple more. We're gonna do this closed one because I think these are fun, and that's what we're gonna do next. So yeah, that's the, I guess I don't know, I don't know, should I do the back of the palm? I mean this is the palm and then the back of the hand. Should I do the back of the hand? I don't know. Okay, because I feel like it's just the same method, you know what I'm saying? But so yeah, it's basically just the same method for the back of the hand. You'd be doing the same thing that we did here, you know, except for it'll be the opposite way, you know. And just look at how, you know, if you're looking at, look at how this is forming a shape. You see what I'm doing here? It's like forming a shape. And maybe I can save this image so I can show you guys. I'm going to give me a second. I'm going to show you guys something. Okay, awesome, great. Now that I have this set up in here, I'm going to show you guys what I was talking about with looking at it as a shape. So basically, it's kind of just like looking at how it's formed. Like the hand is like, oh, I can't explain it. Like looking at how, you see how it's like making this shape as I'm going along. And then it makes this shape right here with where the hands, I mean the fingers meet. You see what I'm saying? So this can also help too. You know, just looking, like putting an image that you are using for reference in a art program or whatever. This is Sketchbook, Sketchbook Pro that I'm using. And basically just looking at the shape. You see what I'm saying? And when I learned this technique, I was like, oh my gosh, like this is so simple. It might not be at first, but you'll get the hang of it. The more you practice, the better you'll get. So you see what I'm saying here? So basically I'm just getting these basic shapes, you know, at first, and then that's how, you know, I can make the finger. I mean, I can make the hand. So yeah, that's basically how I look at things. When I'm looking at art, I mean, when I'm looking at a reference picture, that's how I, you know, help myself to place things in the right place or position it in where it should be to make it look as believable as possible. So yeah, just do stuff like that and that'll really, really help you. Okay, so back to the other hand that we're going to be drawing. Oopsies, my bad. Oh, look, it keeps doing that. I don't know why. Okay, but I'm going to just go. And we were having a little complications there. Okay, so we're going to look at this hand next, and we're going to be taking the same concept as we're drawing it. Okay? Alright. So, look at the image, and look at the shape that it's making. And make that shape. You know, don't worry about all the details and, you know, how hard it looks at first. It's about breaking it down to the basics. You know what I'm saying? Breaking it down to the layers, you know, underneath, you feel me? Like, yeah. Okay, all right, so I'm gonna see if I can kind of put this over here so I can show you guys, make it straight. There you go. Okay, so I'm looking at this and I see this shape. So it's kind of like this, and then it goes down like so. You see what I'm saying? This is the big shape that I see, and I'm taking it and just making that shape that I see, and this is where the thumb will come out and be over here. So alright, I'm going to begin with the thumb since it's on the outside. I'm going to kind of imagine it there. You can always fix the mistakes that you make, but this is where I see the thumb now, and it's coming a little bit in the hand, and then it makes that shape right there. You see that shape right there, even though it's covered a little bit by the fingers. Okay, so when things are poking out at you like this, I think it's more of like a circle, because it's more towards you. So I'm gonna begin with a circle, and then I'm gonna kind of make a shape like this. Hold on, you see how the thumb is a little bit closer to this part? See, the little things like that. You can always fix it with a pencil afterwards, but little things like that. So yeah, kind of like a circle would be behind there, and then that kind of squarish shape. You see what I'm saying? And you see the thumb should be a little bit closer, but that's okay for now. Okay, next we're gonna be making those other organic shapes, geometric shapes. And then simply just following how long they are and the thickness from the I'm trying to word it right. The thickness from the thinness. That just doesn't sound right, but you know what I mean, like how it's a little bit thicker up here and then it goes down and it's a little bit thinner. Okay, so, and then that's what we're gonna do for that. You see, I'm almost focusing on those organic shapes, and I was about to start adding in those curves and stuff. And see, this is a little bit too far over, but that's okay. We can just fix that. Sometimes that happens where you can make it a little bit bigger than it actually should be. And it also looks like I made it a little bit more slanted, but it's okay. As long as it looks like a believable hand, Okay, so this is definitely a little bit more towards the center of the palm. Okay, alright, so now that we have that, we can just go ahead and see where those curves are being made and make them, and also fix the little mistakes like this being a little bit too close to that. I don't have my eraser right now, but that's okay. You can always fix this with your graphite pencil afterwards, because that's what the Col-Erase pencil that I'm using is for. Just your simple sketch, and then you fix everything afterwards. And yeah, so now I'm just adding in the details. You see how this is you see how it's bent a little bit? Make kind of like a curved line, and then you can see that bend. You feel me? And that's how, because I was always tripped up by how do I make it bend like that? How do I make it look like it's being bent? And I see that it's making this curve, this faint curve. You can't really see it because it's not like a line, a big line, but it's making this curve there. And now you see how that kind of, it probably doesn't look like it, but that is how I, make it appear as if though it's bent. It's being bent or whatnot. Just look at those little details to get those geometric or organic shapes. Okay. And then you just start adding in the details. This part I can't really explain. It's just a learning experience and process. I made it a little bit too thick over there. And then look at those lines that it forms, the lines that it forms, and yeah. And then the nails, just take your time on it. Look at how it's formed. Like sometimes my nails be coming out looking really weird, but it's okay because you can fix it, boo. And you know what? I'm gonna make them long because you see I got the long nails, so I might as well, you know. Okay. And don't make the nails touch the edges of the tip of the finger, because that'll look weird. And make sure it's curved from where it grows out. It's not as long as mine, but you know, it's okay. It looks a little weird. It's not even the shape of how my nail is right now. I have like the coffin shaped nails. Yeah, that looks really weird, but it's okay because we're learning how to draw fingers, not fingernails. I mean hands, not fingernails. And this, I don't know how to draw. I guess I'll draw it like this. This look like some candy corn on her nails or something, like, or on her fingers or something. Like, what the heck? Okay, that wasn't the best choice to do those fingernails, but you get the idea, right? I'm probably gonna go over these with pencil at the end to show you guys the finished result or whatnot. Probably won't, I don't know. And yeah, just looking at those natural curves and wrinkles that it makes. First hand was better that I did. But I hope you guys got the idea of this though. So yeah, that's how I did this one. And for this, that's simple and easy. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys that in here. If I can move it without getting the red. Look at that. You see how it's not letting me? It's giving me a struggle, y'all. Give me a second. Come on. Come on. Please. Pretty please. Pretty please. Oh my gosh. Why you gotta do me like that? Come on, Sketchbook Pro. Please. Okay, so that's as far as I make it over. So yeah, basically, yeah, you're looking at that shape. Looking at the shape that it makes. You see? You see how it just makes up those shapes, those simple shapes. And then it's easy because all you have to do for the back of the hand is just add in those curves afterwards. You feel me? And then the little parts of where the knuckles will be. So yeah, that's how I would. I'm sorry guys, I'm looking at my rabbit and she's like in my drawer. I'm sorry guys, did you guys see that? So yeah, just basically making these shapes, and then you got the little humps right here. That's all you have to do for the back of the hand for this one. And yeah, so yep. Okay, all right, next, let's see, what will we do next? Hold on one second. Okay guys, next we're gonna do the side view of the hand. And yeah, so let's do that. So basically, you know, doing the same thing, looking at the shape that it's making. So I'm seeing this shape. Okay, that's the shape I'm seeing. And yeah, this is, it's a little bit harder than the other ones that I've done. But we're gonna look at how this is kind of coming up, and then this over here is folding over and down. So still making, it looks weird now, but we'll fix it. And we're just making, I hope you guys can see what I'm doing. Yeah. It's all about making those shapes. I hope this isn't boring. Oh my goodness. Okay. And just notice how, you know, these aren't touching each other, and that these are gonna have different, you know, it's gonna have different like widths in between the fingers. So make sure you look out for that. Sorry, I don't have my eraser, but that's okay. That's okay. And then look at how the finger up here is sticking out. I just kind of go ahead and make the shape for that. You can just make a little square if that's easier for you to start out with. And I'm looking at how far this is from that. You feel me? And this is basically how I do it. And then we're gonna go ahead and do the wrist part. So, okay, now that we have the basic shapes, that's when you just go ahead and start fixing things. So right here, I'm gonna start out with this because this is actually just bothering me. Hold on. So yeah, go ahead and start looking at the organic curves and shapes. Probably looks wrong, I don't know, but yeah, I'm still learning, you guys. Okay, I'm just following along those lines, trying to make it as close as accurate as possible, but more believable than realistic. You know, more believable and realistic. Like, I can believe, like, that is a decent looking hand type of real, you know, believable. You feel me? Like, it doesn't have to be perfect. Just as long as you have, you know, the fingers looking like that they're in the right places, then yeah. And then pay attention to those knuckles. This should actually be a little bit farther back. And pay attention how this knuckle here is what is connected to the rest of the hand that it makes. I mean, you know what I'm saying. The rest of it is connected to that. But I can't really explain it. But you feel me? Like, you see how these aren't connected to the hand right here, but this one is. So yeah. Just basically curving it out. Like, kind of like just carving it out. You feel me? So yeah, hold on. And then just continue on making those shapes. Drawing hands is actually fun now. I used to dread it, you know, all the time. But it's actually enjoyable now that I've learned about the shapes. Shapes are fun, you guys. Okay. So yeah, and then, you know, those little lines, you don't have to do all that. But this is the basics of what I got from it, you feel me? You feel me, girls and boys? So yeah, that's how I do that. That is how I do this right here. Oh my gosh, I don't know why I started thinking about Dexter's Laboratory. I don't know. I'm really random, you guys. Sorry about that. Okay, but yeah, so this is how that came out. It's not perfect, but it's okay. You know, it's a start, and I hope that helped you guys. So yeah, let's see what other hand position we're gonna draw next. And this actually, it's kind of like going more like that. But yeah, I'm having fun with you guys. Okay. My little sushi rolls. Okay. I don't know, which one do you guys... Oh, this one. Oh my gosh, this one. Yo, this one is probably going to be even hard for me, like when it's like sticking out at you, but we can try it. Let's do it. Let's just do it. Let's do this thing. I don't know, which one should I do? Which one should I do? Should we do the easy one first? I don't know. We're gonna do the hardest one first. Okay. So wow, yeah, this is the one where it's like sticking out at you and okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and start off with the shape that I see. And these fingers are making shape right here. Okay, and now, so this finger, the part that's really sticking out the most, it's coming out at this kind of angle right here. And I don't know why, but for some reason, like, these circles or something, I learned about it when, you know, making things that stick out. No, that looks weird. But, yeah, we're gonna, you know, continue to sculpt and shape that as we go along. Because I really cannot explain this part. Like, I just can't. It's like I just have to do it. So I'm basically just shaping that out. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and finish these other fingers right here. These 3 fingers. Okay. Okay. And notice how this right here, you know, the widths are different. Notice those widths while you're making those boxes. You feel me? You see? You see how you got to make the widths a little bit different from each other, so they won't all be the same. Okay, and I made it a little bit too bigger like I did before. I mean, too big, too big like I did before, but that's okay. And yeah, so hold on. Go ahead and finish in the height of it, and then yeah, and these lines wouldn't all be connected when you're doing it, so I'm probably gonna go over the pencil with that to show you guys how that will look. Okay, so looking at this finger, I'm looking at it in the 3D perspective plane, and just that's why I'm using circles instead of a square, so I can really feel the depth of which that finger is coming out at me. You feel me? Okay, so I'm just following the shape of it and looking at those circles that I made to really help me get it out. And notice the overlapping. Overlapping is always gonna, you know, happen when you have something sticking out at you like that. So notice the overlapping. And alright, hold on. This is probably gonna look weird because I don't usually draw, you know, things that stick out as much. But also notice how this is kind of like almost making a line itself because it's so overlapped. And I'm actually making a mistake, to be honest. So I'm gonna go in with a pencil and because it's actually, this part is overlapping it right here. And then it goes back like this. Sorry guys, it's a bit hard to explain, but I hope it's helping a little bit. And just really study it. Study it. See what is it that is making it, you know, 3D. What is it that's making this look like this? What detail is going to really make this, you know what I'm saying, look like it should? So I'm just looking at that overlapping here. And also under it, it's gonna really show. Hold on, let me see. So that's, I have to count how many lines that I made from that. Okay, and then that's under there And then under here, some more lines. I'm sorry, I'm going into details. I just go into details so quick. And also this part, don't forget that part. It's really faint, but the finger that is going to be behind the front of it, the tip of the finger, that's what I meant. So yeah. Alright, now the thumb. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and make a circle for it. And look at the distance between the index finger and the thumb. So we're gonna look at that difference and kind of make an angle. You see what I'm saying? So we can see where that thumb is positioned, and then that's how you find that position, by looking at how it's making this line that's angled across from here. Okay? Like literally, I really do think that it's good for you to also talk yourself through when you draw. Like, I noticed that really helps me so much. Like, even if I don't know what I'm doing, just talking myself through it, and that really helps me, like, to get better, because then I'm like observing and realizing what I'm doing. Okay, so as I was saying, yeah, you got to make sure you have that nail there, because that's gonna really, you know, make it show that it's a thumb. So I'm gonna go ahead and draw that in, and just notice the curve that it makes. I'm gonna do that for this one too. So I hope that makes sense. I don't know if I'm gonna have time to just go over and, you know, ink everything out. Not ink, but pencil everything in. But I hope this is giving you guys an idea. And then I'm just basically drawing in the curves over my basic geometric shapes and making those organic shapes. Go ahead and because I really should be putting in those organic curves and stuff with the pencil so you guys can see. And just, you know, observing. It's all about observing and really looking at it. And not giving up too fast before you look at it. And just realize you can make this simpler. You know, this is not as hard as it really looks if you just figure out a way to make it simple. And then these lines don't connect. Bless you. Bless you, Muffy. It's my rabbit. I don't know if you heard her. Okay. This is actually a little bit too far, as you can tell, but that's okay. That is okay. Just showing you guys for examples. And makes this little line here. There's another overlapping part. Very faint there. And then this goes here. And yeah, just looking at those lines and stuff. And I'm just shading in where those shadows are being made a little. But you can really see. You feel me? You feel me, you guys? I really gotta keep looking up here to make sure that the film doesn't stop filming, or that the camera doesn't stop recording, because sometimes it just stops automatically and I'm just like, what? Like, why though? Like, why you gotta do me like that? Okay. So yeah, I did it. Kind of. And I'll definitely do a tutorial on shading for you guys, because shading used to be a big issue for me until I just practiced, and like it was like so much fun. But I'm still learning also. I said that about a million times. I know. So yeah, that is the pointing the finger at you hand. Oh, I'm telling all you, remember those days, you guys? Oh, man, those days, man, those days. Anyways, okay, we're missing the point of the video here. Okay, so maybe I could do a part 2. I don't know, but I think you guys basically get the idea of, you know, how to draw hands so far. So if you guys would like to see some more hand positions or whatnot, or any other tutorials, let me know in the comments down below. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will be finishing off these pictures by coloring them in with my graphite at the end of this video in speed, what do you call it? I forgot the word. What's the word? What is the word? Time lapse. Yes, time lapse. And yeah, so I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video and that I was able to help you in some kind of way, form, or fashion. And yeah, tell me guys, oh my goodness, tell me how you guys, tell me if you guys learned anything. And thank you guys so much for watching and for being a supporter of me, and thank you guys so much for 8,000 plus subscribers. That is absolutely fantastic. Like, you guys are the real MVPs. Like, thank you so much. Like, I really appreciate it. And thank you guys so much for being a part of the Raw Sushi Christina Lorray family as my little sushi rolls. And I can't wait to see you guys next time. And yeah, so God bless.